Hi, good morning. I like the elephant ears. Where do I get those? Very exclusive. Listen, what a beautiful day. Man, we've got a beautiful city, and it's just a good time of year, and I'm just really proud to be here today as a mayor. And we're going to do some celebrating on the penguin exhibit, but let me, if I could indulge you for just a couple of minutes. We've had some late breaking news today that's very positive for the city, and I'd like to introduce a couple of people here that are responsible for our efforts. So logistically, we're going to talk about a couple of things that came across this morning. Then Dana Feldman's going to come up, and we're going to start the ceremony and celebration for the beam setting for the penguin exhibit. Standing next to me right here is a gentleman named Peter Ames, and he is I'll just call him a Chief Innovation IT Officer at the City of Albuquerque. We are a city that has made an intentional effort to be technologically advanced, and today's announcement speaks to that. And of course, a lot of us know Gary Opedal, my Economic Development Director. Two important things happened today. First of all, we were named in the top 2 cities in America now as a tech city for the efforts that we've been able to put together at the City of Albuquerque. This is a list that was put together by the Center for Digital Government. So if you talk to people in government, good government these days is about Moneyball. It's about taking data, using informed decision making, using metrics, making sure that you're connected to your community, make sure that you're tech savvy as a city. That drives economic development, it drives jobs, it puts you in a place where as a city you're seen as a progressive, forward-moving city. This list has been put together for 17 years. Albuquerque was never on it until 5 years ago. We brought Peter in and we said, let's be a great technologically advanced city. We got in the top 10 5 years ago. Last year we were number 6, and this year we've been moved up to the number 2 city in America. So Peter, congratulations for that. So it's about transparency, it's about customer service, it's just a lot of different things that help do that. Gary's working on blockchain technology. We're going to be a blockchain-centric city as well. So a lot of good things from the technological standpoint. I want to congratulate Peter and let him thank some of his team, because this is a big deal to get on this list. To get on the number 2 spot this year, we had to pass. Last year we passed San Francisco. This year we passed Austin, Boston, Seattle. So these guys are hitting it over the fence. So Peter, you want to say a couple words?
Yes. Well, thank you, Mayor. Certainly this has been a journey for us that we've been on for the past 7 years to really digitize the workflow and provide our city departments and employees the tools and the systems that they need to be successful. We've engaged our community with online services and mobile apps. Each department and all of our city services now have a online and mobile component to be able to request services and interact with the city. It's about digital engagement. It's about providing broadband into our senior centers and to our community centers, where if you've ever gone into one and seen somebody fill out an online application that didn't otherwise have that opportunity, this is the reason why we do it. We do it for value creation. We do it to better connect with our citizens. And the next steps really are around building an infrastructure that's intelligent to get ready for autonomous vehicles, as the mayor said, blockchain and Internet of Things, and we've got sensors in the air and sensors in the ground that are helping us with our delivery of city services. So you can go to abq.gov. You can see all of our online capabilities, everything from permitting to business licensing to your applying for a job and paying your parking, to everything that we have. We want to make it available and in an online and a mobile way, so that it's responsive and ready when you need it. So that's I've got my team here. The team is involved in this, is everything from our resource planning, enterprise resource planning, where we've put in workflow for automation, and our network teams that are building broadband capabilities throughout the city. Our public safety component of that is cameras and analytics that go into the real-time crime center. So all of these capabilities are going to make us a more livable city and prepare us for the future. So thank you, Mayor.
Just a couple folks. You got your team here.
Oh yeah, the entire team. Brian Osterloh and Paul Chapman and
at least wave. Come on, wave.
Definitely. So, and then their teams are here, and so I just want to recognize that it does. It takes everyone to be committed and involved to being able to make this happen. So thank you.
Thanks, Peter. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. So to boil it down, so why does it matter? It matters for community support. It matters for customer service. Last year, Albuquerque was named by Governing Magazine and Living Cities as the #1 citizen-connected community in America. That's why you do these types of things. And then just about 2 minutes ago, we hit send on an announcement from Mark Zuckerberg. Facebook has chosen Albuquerque as one of 5 cities to come with a program called Community Boost. So we will be joining 4 other cities in America because we're an advanced city technologically. Facebook is now going to bring an intensive effort to the city of Albuquerque to train on technology, train youth, retrain people to get involved in technology. So not only are we having the enormous investment, the one county south of us, which is part of our big metro, we're pleased about the Facebook facility, but now Facebook has chosen Albuquerque as one of these leading cities in America to come in and teach tech skills. So it's all about the upward spiral, right? It's all about just keep going, get the trajectory, the economic ecosystem that Gary and we're trying to build in the community with our private sector partners. It's good stuff. So congratulations to everybody. That ends that portion of it. Let's go ahead, Dana, and talk about penguins. So Dana Feldman, our Director of Cultural Services, and it looks like we got to make it a what?
Well,
all right, we got some folks coming up to celebrate this. Let me get rid of these notes.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations to Director Ames and Director Opedal for that other announcement about digital cities. And now we're going to make a switch to talk about penguins. You may have been here for our groundbreaking on Valentine's Day this last February. And you may remember that we were, some of us were in penguin suits for that celebration. We did not do the penguin suits today. We left the formal wear at home, but we're still here to celebrate another wonderful milestone in the life of this project. Today we're going to actually be signing and placing one of the final pieces of the building into place. HB and Zach Gruen from HB will explain that process and the tradition of that process a little bit more later on. I do want to talk a little bit about the exhibit. We are happy to say that we do have penguins already secured and coming from SeaWorld San Diego and SeaWorld Orlando. And just recently, we have been given the clearance to be a breeding facility for 2 of the 3 species that are coming. So we got a lot of work to do. A lot of that is thanks to Karen Waterfall, our bird curator, who's been leading this project with her team. And that's really going to be a huge piece in penguin conservation. I was thinking about it the other day. Most of the species that people love to come to the zoos to see, elephants, tigers, rhinoceros, and now penguins in the desert, all of these species are being threatened. And we're one of the places that are going to actually be helping to propagate these very important species in the world. So that breeding announcement is very important for a lot of reasons. I am happy to say that we have been working on this project for many months now. Actually, it's been in the works for many years. It's roughly $12 million, and we are on track to open it this spring, which is great news, and we are currently on budget through this phase of the project, so very important as well. I'm going to ask Mayor Barry to come up here in about 30 seconds, but I do want to just say thank you to all the staff at the BioPark. This place is not the place that it is without you. It is not the destination that everybody wants to come to without you. I've been working for this department for 7 years, and I wouldn't work in any other department. No offense to the other departments that are here, but we get to do some wonderful things at this department and couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you very, very much. Do want to say thanks again to Van Gilbert Architects, HB, all the other contractors that have worked on this project, and to the Department of Municipal Development for their assistance and guidance, and the Department of Planning as well. Finally, I want to say Mayor Barry has been so supportive of the BioPark, so supportive of the master plan. Our AZA accreditation process last September could not have happened successfully without him and without his support. And I just really want to thank him, and make sure to thank him yourself for all the great support that he's given this facility. Mayor?
Thank you. Thanks. Well, all the credit goes to the employees and the leadership at the city of Albuquerque. I will so miss, in a couple 3 weeks when I'm out of this office, I will so miss working with 6,000 people that get up every day to make the city great. You should be proud of your city government. It is populated with people that are passionate, and they're good at what they do. So it is a big deal what Dana was saying. This AZA accreditation, that we received for 3 more years is a really big deal, because this is not just about quality of life, although it is like one of the best quality of life facilities in the United States. We can bring our family and our friends. Let's look at all the families and all the kids here today. This is quality of life. It's also an enormous economic driver. This is the #1 attraction in the state of New Mexico. And this building behind us, the Penguin Chill, will be the #1 attraction at the #1 attraction. I mean, it's going to be a rock show over here when you start coming down here. I told my staff I want a 4-foot penguin for this, and they said, you know, no. Penguin Days on April 19th. We have these penguins coming from the San Diego Zoo. The fact that we have earned, and I say the word earned, we have earned the right to be a breeding facility because of the expertise and the professionalism at this facility. So that's great, because most importantly, on top of the economic development opportunities and on top of the quality of life opportunities, it's about conservation. There is a tremendous amount of work that happens at this facility to make sure that endangered species have a chance, and that we are doing our part to be good stewards and hand our planet off better than we found it, and that's really what it's all about. So this is a $12 million facility. Today we are doing what you're starting to see more of. I was over at UNM a couple of weeks ago doing the beam setting for the McKinnon Center at Anderson School. So today is the final beam setting. We do this to celebrate our contractors who are on schedule. This project is not only going to be great, but it's going to be on, you know, this phase is on budget and it's on schedule. So we want to celebrate the men and women who are behind us wearing hard hats and steel-toed boots that are making this happen for us and our families. And we want to get our community excited about this. So next spring in April, like April 19th, I guess, is Penguin Day. So that's the goal. Your next mayor will come out and you'll get a chance to do that. But today we want to celebrate the progress to date. This doesn't happen without a couple of things. #1, it doesn't happen without investment from our community. Last year, our community stepped forward and voted for $250 million to come into this facility over the next 15 years. The BioPark Society, we'll hear from Mr. Mondragon in just a minute. Barry Bitcher, I saw him here, Julie Rugg and everybody, really were the drivers behind that. They went out and they got petition signatures. They got it on the ballot. They pitched it to the citizens of Albuquerque, and the citizens overwhelmingly said, yes, let's invest in our place. So to the taxpayers, this is your money. This is what it's going for, and we're proud that we would make a community decision to do that. It doesn't also happen without a master plan. This zoo had not had a master plan since, I think, 1974. And we've got one of the world's best architects in Van Gilbert, who's, I saw there, he's over here, who's just done tremendous work. And he's the architect that's been involved with many of these projects down here. But we wanted to put a master plan in place so that we could tell our community that we have a 20-year vision for this. We're not just putting things together, you know, hodgepodge. We have a long-term vision, and I think that pushed it a lot of ways. So I want to thank everybody that did that. To Dana Feldman in the Cultural Services Department, wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you so much. Julie Rugg, Melissa Lazoy at DMD, Matthew Mulligan at HB. This is a local contractor paying local wages on this project. Susie Lubar at the Planning Department. Lan Clark is our building official. And so it just takes a lot of folks to put this together. And it's a good day. And I'm really proud of our community, and I can't wait to get down here as Citizen Barry instead of Mayor Barry and just hang out and, you know, sit up on this cool deck that we're going to be building, this observation deck up here. So we're going to have a few people speak to you. First, I'm going to have Paul Mondragon come up to speak on behalf of the BioPark Society and some of the work that they're doing. They are consistently raising money. They are consistently driving the agenda, making sure that this stays a world-class attraction. So, Mr. Mondragon.
Thank you, RJ. Let's see, you start off by saying you were going to miss doing some of these things, but I'm going to jump off schedule here a little bit and say, you may miss it, but here's a little remembrance of this and this day and your good work here. I was out the other day, ran across this, and I was like, I got to get this for somebody. I didn't know who, but I got asked to speak today, and I was like, oh, I know who gets this.
That's cool.
It's the mayor.
That's cool. It's a penguin ornament, or Christmas ornament for the Christmas tree. So we'll put that up. Thank you.
There you go.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
So something to remember this day by, and really all your good work here at the zoo and the biopark. Just a couple of quick things on behalf of the BioPark Society. You know, I'm on my third term here at the Society. We started talking about this, the penguin exhibit over 10 years ago. As the mayor said, we led the charge on getting the gross receipts tax passed to build not only the penguin exhibit, but many other things that are going to be happening here at the zoo and all around the biopark. Some of that you're going to see with these great exhibits, but a lot of it's going to be kind of the skeleton, the meat and potatoes, other things that you're not going to see, but they're going to make the whole place run a lot better. The BioPark Society is not going to stop with just raising your taxes to get all this paid for. We're still raising money privately, and we're raising over $1 million to continue the education aspect of this exhibit in particular. We're working closely with IDEM, a local company out in Corrales, fantastic company, and they're putting together some great exhibit enhancements that will help educate all the visitors here to this great new exhibit. And really, so that's all I've got today. I guess next up is Melissa Lozoya. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to speak.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well today. I just want to say, as the Acting Director for the Department of Municipal Development, it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to work with the various departments in the city, cultural services being one of them. It's cultural that makes this facility great, the day in and day out, the operations, welcoming the people that come and visit it every day. DMD, on the other hand, gets the opportunity to build the facilities, and it's with great pleasure that we do that. This has been a great project. My staff has enjoyed working with the cultural staff to make this come to life. I want to just take a moment to thank some of my staff for participating in this project. We have Jim Hamill here, our CIP official, Greg Smith, Stephen James, Jerry Francis. Thank you very much. We have Mark Motzko, our PIO. Thank you, Mark. And there's a few people here that aren't here today that I'd like to recognize. Stacy Herrera, Trisha Walker, Richard Zita, and Kim Kenter. It's with these staff members of DMD that this project is underway, and like the mayor said, on schedule and within budget. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Zach Gruen. He's Executive Vice President for HB Construction. He's actually going to talk a little bit about the tradition of the beam raising and the beam signing and lead us through that process.
Thank you, Dana. Well, like Dana said, I'm Zach Gruen. I'm the Executive Vice President of HB Construction, and I just want to start off by thanking everyone who's in the crowd today, and more importantly, the community and the city of Albuquerque. And we're a local general contractor, as the mayor said, so we just can't be more excited to be a part of this process and a part of this commitment to the excellence here at the BioPark. So thank you very much for allowing us to be here. I want to recognize my team. I have a phenomenal team here on site led by Mr. Josh Camplain. He's our senior project manager. He and his team are doing a phenomenal job, so thank you, Josh. I also want to just recognize the partners that make this possible. You know, general contractor, we're only as good as the people we work with, and so I want to thank Van Gilbert Architects for everything that they're doing and their support throughout the job. The ABQ BioPark, obviously allowing us to be a part of it, and their support, and you know, just putting up with our noise, our dust, etc. So thank you to them, and the BioPark Society as well. So thank you, and again, just the city of Albuquerque in general. We're just super proud to be a part of everything. So as Dana said, I'm going to kind of talk through what a topping off process, what that ceremony means. Traditionally, a topping off ceremony is really lifting the last piece of steel into place, and we begin to enclose the structure, begin interior finishes, and kind of start the fun part of the job, so to speak. But here at the BioPark, we don't have a lot of steel. We don't have a lot of framing. We don't have a lot of typical products. It's concrete, it's masonry, it's a penguin house, so it's a little bit different. So today we're going to lift the last piece of steel for the upper habitat, which is going to become sort of the playground for the penguins, so to speak. And so I'm going to invite everyone over to sign the beam. we'll lead that with Mr. Mayor. You'll be up first, and then anyone who would like to be a part of it, please go sign the beam, and we'll lift that later on today and set that in place, and that'll really sort of kick off the playground construction, so to speak. So thank you very much.
1, 2, 3.